Hey, Planeswalkers, Mythras here. Hope you're doing well and staying safe. Today, I have a number one deck for you out of Historic. Now, this is coming off the back of the Arena Open, so pretty excited. You guys can go check out that video. I day 2'd it, and I went 4-2 in day 2 with Mono White's Aura. And this deck that I'm going to show you today was the one that actually knocked me out. So great deck. Very excited to take a look at it for you. But before we do so, just want to say please feel free to subscribe to the channel down over there. Like me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter and Twitch to stay up to date on hot content like this. All right. So what is this number one deck I speak of? Well, it is another Auras deck, but this time blue-white auras. So Lurrus, same thing. We have Lurrus as our companion here. Now, I will go over this quickly for those of you that don't know. Lurrus is a companion, has lifelink. Each permanent card in our starting deck has to have converted mana cost 2 or less, and then during each of our turns when Lurrus is in, we may cast one permanent spell with converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard. Now, from my experience, generally if it sets up right, or if you need to, you want to pop Lurrus over on that turn 3, it will set you back. But again, it's going to depend on what's going on. Generally, I find that you're going to pull Lurrus in when you don't necessarily have the best starting hand here. So this is the deck list here for you. Lots of interesting things, and we'll go through this here in a second. And it is available for you down below, so you'll have access to it in the description. Now, obviously, you guys saw me play the mono white one. We covered the mono white deck, so you can go ahead and check that one out also. Additionally here, the blue really helps because we get a lot more draw with Staggering Insight, Curious Obsession, and the ability to have an unblocked creature here is awesome. So you could run Gingerbrute, but the big thing there is you always got to pay. This is a much cheaper option for you. Now, you're going to absolutely also be able to mulligan very heavily, but the key here is when we have Curious Obsession and Staggering Insight, we don't have to mulligan as heavily for Core Dancer, because as long as we have, you can either go for one of these or you can go for this, and this. So we actually have more options that make this deck a little bit easier for us to play. Additionally, I would just say slightly more linear at times as well. All right, so pretty awesome. I did see this deck 7-0 as well, or yeah, 7-0 as well, or make day 2 the 2 grand. So pretty awesome. Very excited about it. I did see this once or twice before. Had thought about it, but wanted to stick to my guns just because I hadn't played it enough. But after playing against it and getting smashed, definitely a good deck to be playing. All right, so let's talk about the sideboard here a little bit. So similar Light of Hope as the other one. So we're going to put this in against things like Temur Reclamation, as well as any enchantment deck. You're going to want to run this. Next, we have Spell Pierce. So where would you play this? I would play this against Temur Rec. I would play this against any control decks. You may want to play this against the Sacrifice decks as well. Next, we got Grafdigger's Cage. So this is going to be Mirror Match. This is also going to be Sack decks. And next we have Baffling End. So same thing, Sack decks. I flopped this one in against this deck. So I put Baffling in against the UW. I didn't have as many. I had 2. They have 3. This you're definitely going to want to run in Mirror Match. You're going to run this against Mono White. You could also run Spear Pierce against Mono White as well. Next, we got Hushbringer. So Hushbringer is great. You're going to want to run this against Goblins. You may want to also run this against the Sack decks. Where else? Any flyer decks, you're probably going to want to run this, or triggered ability type decks. So there you have it. You can break it out into, again, kind of that aggro field as well as more of the control late game type field. Lots of good things here. Breaks out really well. All right, so let's go ahead and take this into ranked best of 1 matches in our traditional form. Obviously, could go play best of 3, but man, those games take so long, and I think you guys can see the deck fairly well this way. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into our historic ranked with now the number 1 Azorius Lurrus Auras. Now, Mono White was at the end of last season. This was at the beginning of this season, a little back and forth. I feel, again, like I said, just based off of playing, this one's very strong. All right, before we take on Ernesto, so again, Platinum because the season just reset, just want to say thank you for your support. I appreciate it. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel down over there. You can also like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Twitch, stay updated. All right, so Lurrus, the Dream Den, most likely it's going to be the similar deck, so let's keep this. Now, I don't want to double stack here if I don't have to. We will pop onto Miss Cloak here. Ah, there we go. Now, we don't have to worry about something getting taken off here. I will block Gingerbrute if I need to. But we're okay. We got core. And we got the life gain. See, this was the problem that I ran into or against last time. Very nice. Aether Tunnel. Let's keep the pressure on and the life gain up. There we go, another core. Now, what we can do, maybe, be debatable, is we can pull Lurrus, we can sack Alseid. There we go. So let's play a core. Boom. See, that was how I felt when I played against that deck. So there's the reverse. Except I didn't run Gingerbrute in my mono white deck. All right, one and done. Not. We got two more to go, folks. Pretty amazing to go 7-2 for day one in like 50 minutes, and then it took me to do 3 matches in an hour plus another 3 matches in another hour for the day 2. But I know there's lots of debate on best of 1 versus best of 3. I'm a big fan, as many of you know, for this format. We go first. We don't have any draws, so let's mulligan heavy here. This is much better. We'll keep this. And I'm gonna dump Selfless Savior for now. All right, Gabos it is. So this is where you bring in Hushbringer. And we have Flight. Boom, there we go. Oh, gobbles, gobbles, gobbles. Sorry, my friends, there we are. Load up nice and fast. On to the next one. Now, the only thing that you could, you know, in a mirror match too, you're gonna need like Brazen Borrower. You could do the return creature to hand. You could run the slips. There's a few things you could do. It's definitely a tough one. The life gain, the auras, it's really hard to beat. It's fast too. Alright, I like this. We will keep it. Now, I think I was on the play all three, so that's finally some luck my way. Now, I may not even need the life gain, but we'll see. Cardris. So we gotta remember these are all very top players here, from the role in the season, generally mythic. Oh boy. That was risky right off the bat, huh? I don't know about that one. So we got another Arcane Flight. Alright. I would trade on Skirk. Let's hit that. $12. Not enough. But we should have enough blockers. Should have enough blockers. We'll find out. This is so nasty. Look at that. 15 minutes, 3 wins. That is a fast one for you. Let's go ahead and take a look at the deck again. Just such a lovely, lovely, you guys know I enjoy saying that, lovely deck. And what's funny is I had been thinking about making something similar. So it's always nice to find some well thought out stuff ahead of time and then just tweak a little more if it needs. But with that said, here is the deck against Planeswalkers. We have Lurrus here and the rest in all of its glory. If you got questions, comments, please let me know down below why I did what I did, what the general approach is. Hopefully I covered that for you, some of the sideboarding pieces. If you got questions, like I said, though, please make sure to ask. Always happy to help. And then please don't forget, subscribe to the channel down over there. Appreciate that support, whether this is your first time or 100th time. Additionally, like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Twitch to stay up to date on awesome content like this. All right, well, I am stoked and very excited for this deck. I'm going to probably keep playing this bad boy here. I got lots of decks I enjoy playing, the mono white one as well. Oh, and additionally, I forgot to say that this deck is by a lad by the name of PykaPower. So PykaPower. So thank you to them. Again, they are #1 at the beginning of our August season here. So, all right, Planeswalkers, don't forget, sub, questions, ask, deck list down below. And I will see you again soon. Stay safe. Take care. Mythras out. All in fun. We'll see you soon.